This is not a test. The Denver Broncos just made a franchise-altering decision. You're seeing my Russell Wilson jersey for the last time, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos informed Russell Wilson today that he will no longer be the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos, despite the fact that the playoffs are still in reach. The Denver Broncos, again, the breaking news of the day is that the Denver Broncos told Russell Wilson that Jarrett Stidham will be our starting quarterback for the final two games and even into the playoffs if it gets to that. So we're going to break down all the angles of the story, why it happened, how it happened, all of that moving forward. So diving in here, if you're new to this channel, my name is Ben. I'm a massive Russell Wilson fan. Right now I'm sad about this decision. I understand it from a business sense. I understand it for building for the future of this franchise, but I have a Russell Wilson jersey on now. My son upstairs was just wearing his Russell Wilson jersey at our house today naturally by himself. So I haven't even told him yet, so I hopped right down here to break it down with you. So the news was broken by Adam Schefter, but we actually saw rumblings of this on the internet for the past 2 days. I actually had planned on making a video. I didn't think this was going to happen. So I didn't do it. I was in touch with the news, but I didn't think the Broncos were going to go this direction this soon with the fact that the playoffs are still in sight. But Adam Schefter says that this morning Shawn Payton met with Russell Wilson. The Broncos had the past 2 days off after our loss to the New England Patriots, and so practice started again today. Russell Wilson was asked about his future in Denver after the game and said, "I'm just worried about winning the next football game." So in my mind, I wonder if Russell knew this was going to happen. He sat and met with Shawn Payton this morning and was told, "Hey, you're not even getting snaps with the ones today." So the interesting thing is, we now have backup quarterbacks against backup quarterbacks in our next two games, Raiders against the Chargers as well. So Rappaport came out earlier this morning. This was about a half hour earlier, so he kind of scooped Schefter, but maybe Schefter got the final notice that it had happened. Here is why all of this happened. This all happened because if Russell Wilson is still on our squad on March 14th, we owe him $37 million. And so you might say, well, why not let him play? If he gets injured, you are not allowed to cut him. And so that is where really the rubber meets the road of this, is that we are worried that if Russell Wilson were to get banged up and get hit, and we wouldn't be able to cut him by this March 14th deadline. And by doing this, we are able to get out of that cap hit. And, as we saw earlier in the week, Russell Wilson is the most sacked quarterback over the past 2 years, and has been hit 100 times, I think 100 sacks over the last 2 years. So this is really, really massive news. This opens up so many questions. Like, did Shawn Payton do this because there's another free agent quarterback he wants? Does he truly believe that Stidham can be the guy? Is there a free agent quarterback out there? We know Kirk Cousins is available this offseason. Is there a quarterback Shawn Payton fancies in the draft? I still do not think the playoffs are out of question. We have a 7% chance, but if we win out, I think it's closer to a 20% chance. We're going to break down the potential of that. My immediate reaction is I feel sad for Russ. I feel sad for his family. He has been a stand-up guy, and he has not met the expectations that we had for him, but I think he is the best quarterback we've had in Denver since Peyton Manning, and I wish him all the best. I hope this isn't how his career ended. He clearly was coming into Denver with Hall of Fame trajectory if he had continued to win, and I think the past 2 years have hurt his chances at the Hall of Fame. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. Have we seen the last of the number 3 in the NFL? Will he? The rumors out there are that he could go back and play. We owe him all of his money. We're going to break down the ramifications salary cap wise in a future video of what cutting him is going to mean. We still owe him in dead cap money $30,000 next year, and I think $38,000 the following year. But by cutting him by March 14th, that saves us 3 years out from now in owing that. One of the big things I think this also points to is, what does this mean for the relationship between Shawn Payton and Payton, our general manager, and what does this show about that? I think Payton came in not loving the fact that George Paton had given Russell Wilson, we traded multiple first-round picks for him, and then gave him the world in a contract, and he hasn't even started playing under that contract. So I think the massive ramifications and fallout of this deal show that this is Shawn Payton's team now. He can do with it what he wants, and I think now the question of a new general manager is back on the board. I think for a while, when we were in a 5-game win streak, it felt like George Paton and Shawn Payton were on the same page, and look at all these undrafted guys, and look at Cooper's playing his mind out. Look at all these free agents that George Paton brought in. Look at Mims is great, and McLaughlin is great, and look at all of this. And now what we're starting to see is clearly Shawn Payton hated the Russell Wilson deal and wasn't a fan of it. And if this is his team moving forward, look for other wholesale massive changes that we could start to see. Interesting, one of my wonderings is looking, 3 weeks ago, Ben DiNucci was brought up to the active 53. And the rumor there was that another team was going to sign him if we didn't do that. And now I kind of wonder, was that done because Shawn Payton saw this a long time ago? Or is this brand new? I truly wonder. This just brings up so many questions, Broncos countries. I need y'all in the comments weighing in on this. Where are you at? Are you happy with this decision? Are you saddened like I am? I'm sad, but I also think it was the right decision. That Russell Wilson was not the problem with this offense. I don't think there's a ton of quarterbacks who would have come in and done a whole lot better than Russell Wilson. But I also agree with the fact that we cannot win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson playing under the contract that he's playing under right now. I think if you had Russell Wilson on a vet minimum deal and you had an amazing defense and were able to put all your money on speed on the outside, I could see you winning a Super Bowl. But yeah, Russell Wilson being a top 5 paid quarterback in the league and that cap hit, you cannot win with his play and his contract now. So crazy day. I was not expecting to record till much later tonight. Hope I'm going to have another one coming at us tonight because I want to keep us all up to date on this. But it has been a blast. My sign-off line has always been Russell Wilson's famous Broncos country, let's ride. And that too might have to retire as well, but I'll need a new sign-off line for my Mile High Maniacs. But it is a monumental, momentous day, a day I definitely won't forget. I'll never forget the day we signed him and the hope that I had for the future. And yeah, here we are, Broncos country. It is great to be doing this with you all. Thanks for watching, and lots more to come this offseason.